Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do the Qualifier Play In, best of one. You're probably going to be seeing this like after this event goes down because it's only up for like a day. But I thought this would be a great time to intro how this works, how we're going to use our play-in points. So typically when I make Mythic rank and I'm top 1200 Mythic, we get 20 play-in points. Actually, top 250 get like something different. They like automatically qualify or whatever. So I've got 45 play-in points. I'm probably just going to do one of these for now, save the other play-in points for something later. But basically, these events will come around like once a month on a Saturday. And this one is a sealed event. Sometimes they're constructed formats. And this is like your competitive, sort of entry competitive level tournament. And I've done some of these in the past in Paper Magic, back when I was playing more Paper Magic. I remember it was Return to Ravnica. It was Return to Ravnica block sealed event. It was like some sort of regional qualifier thing or whatever. I just went because it was a sealed event. It was limited. I do like limited formats. I don't remember what I paid. I want to say I paid like $35 or something. And this gets me to my biggest complaint of these sort of competitive events, whether it's the qualifier play-in or arena opens. It's that, you notice here, this event is phantom. So that means the cards that we open in these 6 packs, we don't get to keep them. Now, why is this a problem? Why do I have a problem with this? Because look at the cost to enter these events. 4,000 gems. We can do a sealed event for 2,000 gems. So this is twice the cost of a sealed event. And in a sealed event, you get 6 packs, and you'll get 3 packs as your prize, plus some number of gems based on how many wins you have. And this is double the cost, and you don't get to keep any of the cards. Granted, the worst we could possibly do here is win 500 gems. So this is why I've mentioned it before with the 20 play-in points. I just convert them into a minimum of 500 gems. Or the other option is to enter this with gold for 20,000 gold. That is the cost of gold to do 2 premier drafts. So actually, paying gems to enter this thing is a bit worse because gems, the cost to enter a premier draft for gems is 1,500. So you double that, 3,000. So yeah, it's more than double the cost of entering premier drafts, 2 premier drafts, than if you were to use gems instead of gold here. I only enter these events when I have the play-in points, and I just look at it as I get some amount of bonus gems. I've only done a couple of these ever. I have not gotten all the way here. I think I got 3 wins with one that I did. Maybe it was even 4 wins. I don't remember. It was the Phyrexia All Will Be 1, because I had play-in points there, and I didn't record that one. And this is the best of one event. Usually the weekend after this, they'll have another qualifier play-in with the best of 3 format, so if you prefer that format, just wait a week. You keep playing until you have 2 match losses. So yeah, I'm really annoyed that this event is phantom. Now, I can understand from Wizards' perspective why sometimes during the midweek Magic events, those events are free to enter. So when they have a bot draft or a sealed event there, I can understand those being phantom events because the event is free to enter. And you're already going to win a couple of rares, get a couple free rares for participating in the midweek Magic events. That's all fine and good. But these higher level events where we're paying so much more to get in, like, why can't we have the 6 packs? Why don't we get to keep them? And this brings me back to what I was talking about before, that sealed event I did in Paper with the Return to Ravnica block. I got to take those cards home with me. I think I placed somewhere in the top 8, too, if you're wondering for that event. Got some also nice additional prizes. I don't remember how many packs I got, and I got like a cool play mat, some cool special dice or whatever. Yeah, this is what really annoys me about Arena's higher level events, is that you're paying so much to enter, and you don't even get to keep the cards. Like, I don't get that. That's my biggest pet peeve. But with that, I don't know how well we're going to do. This is a sealed event. We'll just do one of these. However well we do is however well we do. And I only enter these ever with play-in. And so this leads me to how sealed works on Arena. I'm not a big fan of how sealed works on Arena. Let me demonstrate why. We click open, and it shows us the rares we get. Why do I have green rares? I don't want to play green. One thing I'm kind of learning in Lost Caverns of Ixalan is just don't play green. Because my green decks just have not been going well. Though maybe with rares they might... I don't know. We don't have any dinosaur rares, so I'm probably not going to make use of this. I don't know. We'll see what else is in our packs. But when you go to an event and you do like a pre-release event, those are sealed. You get 6 packs. You get to open the packs, and I like opening the packs and just sorting through the cards as I'm doing that. Instead, here it shows you the rares, and then it just goes, boom, here's your whole sealed pool. Again, not the biggest fan of that sort of format, because I like to divide cards between, like, playables for each color and that. It's kind of tricky to do here. We have a lot of decent white cards, I'm noticing, and the Aspirant is playable. This thing... Isn't this a bomb rare? It has 3 or more counters on it, it has flying... Yeah, this is... Yeah. We're gonna pop that in there, and this is also playable. Cloud Guard is cool. These things are playable, but not, the most, hey, let's be white for these cards. So blue, we have a Zoetic Glyph. Then we have a Scout. And we have a Spyglass Siren. And we have 2 Oaken Sirens. And we have a Needle. And we have 2 Wrestlers. Blue's looking pretty good. Black, we have Deadweight. We have the Deep Cavern Bat, Echo of Dusk, a personal favorite of mine. We have some offerings. We have 2 Another Chances. But our black is kind of lacking in sort of stuff. We're not going to use Bringer the Last Gift. So... while there's a few nice things in black, I don't think there's enough nice things for me to want to play black. Unfortunately. Red? Oh, wow, our red is really thin. We have the Sunfire Torch, a Plundering Pirate, a Favor, a Rock Slide, and that's... then things are... you're playing Panicked Altasaur. Alright, green... I don't like any of these green cards. Green is... like, I could... we're playing blue-white. That settles that. We're playing blue-white. These are good cards. This thing is the Roaming Throne. You can pause the video and read what that does if you want. It's basically a 4-mana 4/4 Ward 2 that, might trigger some other things. We do have a few green dinos, but that's not... we don't have any red... we do not have a dinosaur deck. Okay, we have 1 red dino. We do not have a dinosaur deck. Now, I could splash green, perhaps, for these couple of things, especially the map tokens. That wouldn't be awful, and then I can also run the Sunbird standard. And I am still missing a few playables. Let's see if there's anything else in blue or white that I would really want to play first. I mean, Iceberg's nice. Iceberg is very nice. There's the unlucky drop. I wouldn't mind playing... I do like things that make map tokens. Iceberg, Needle, Siren. Could run the Gem Guard. In theory, we can run the Soaring Sandwing. In theory, we could run Might of the Ancestors as well. That wouldn't be completely awful, especially with all the flyers that we have. And this format is kind of about... Oh, we have Rune Lurker back, too. Yeah, that's... needs to be a consideration. I guess the blasts can be... These can be kind of filler, but realistically, if we're splashing green, we're not going to be having the Envoy. So I guess our green splash, what would that look like? Exile target card from a graveyard. You may cast dinosaur spells. I don't think we run that. I don't think we run that. I would happily run the Sentinel of the Nameless City, because that helps map tokens. It helps, you know, doing the stuff with the Warden. So I could get on board with that. Do we have a lot of stuff? Could also, in theory, run Twists and Turns. But I don't think that's necessary. Of course, we run that. We run these couple of things. Could even run the Minecart. And this if we're desperate. Kutzil could also be splashed if we're really on the splash plan. The only way our creatures have more power is... Oh, we have a Deconstruction Hammer. So we have a hammer. We have lots of things that make map tokens. We have the Iron Paw Aspirant. So yeah, I think Kutzil could be a reasonable splash as well. And did I forget to add Cave? No, I did not. I guess I'll throw a Sandwing in there, though I don't know if I'm going to run that. There's also this cave, which is reasonable and could also help with our splash in theory. But right now we have to make 10 cuts from this. Obviously, we would only need to run one forest because we'd have the Sunbird Sentinel and the Compass Gnome as ways to activate it. Maybe we don't run the Kutzil. Oh, we also have the Minecart, too. Minecart's fine. We definitely want the Zoetic Glyph. Alright, let's see what this deck looks like without the green splash. Probably don't need to run that one. This is not bad, but... actually, without the green splash, we don't run the Gnome either. Aspirant, Sunscribe. A little light on early interaction, so we may need to run the Cosmium Blasts. That doesn't get run. The Might of the Ancestors. I feel like that's kind of a neat thing to run with the Rune Lurker Bats. The Wrestlers, the Sunscribe. Basically, well, not so much with the Sunscribe, but I do like this as a base for the deck. I think we'd want to run 17 lands because we want to get to 7 for our guide mural. Or I could just run 16. Yeah, I think I'd probably just run 16. I would actually cut a plains from this and run 8/8. And I think I only run one of these caves, and we'll just add another island. So I'd still have to make 4 cuts. How many creatures do we have? 16. Let's sort by this. Lots of 1 mana cards anyways. Inverted Iceberg can also pick up the role of kind of a finisher. All our creatures are pretty good. So I'd have to cut some non-creatures. I think the minecart could probably go. Hammer could probably stay. It's good with all these flyers. Reliquary. We'll probably end up sacking like a Cogwork Wrestler to it, or like a stray map token. The blasts we probably don't need, at least not 2 copies of them. Might of the Ancestors. This is a card I have used before. I think it's good with all our flyers. We have 4 flyers. 5 flyers. We have a Cloud Guard too. And the Sandwing. It can also just end up being kind of a dead card. I think I take out a mine card. I don't think that's needed. So now possible cuts. We have the blast. I think Reliquary's fine here. Might of the Ancestors is still a possibility. Unlucky Drop is a possibility. It's not quite what I would want to be running if given the option. Cutting the Iceberg is another... I don't think we need to cut the Iceberg. The other reason to cut this is it's not an artifact to go with all our artifact stuff, even though it does go well with our flyers. We do have a hammer that does that. We have some explore... Oh, we have a Waterwind Scout too. That's even another flyer. And now that really makes me want to play Might of the Ancestors. Thing is, for Adaptive Gem Guard and Warden of the Inner Sky, we can't tap it for those. But I mean, what's the alternative that we'd be cutting? Unlucky Drop? We can't tap Unlucky Drop for those cards either. Blast isn't bad. But I don't know that it's necessary with what we got. And then if I were to splash green, let's just say I'd splash the 1 card. that makes us map tokens. I probably want the Sunbird standard as well. I don't know where I'd put all this stuff. Let's not do that. So this could just be the deck. I guess maybe I like Cosmium Blast a little bit better than Unlucky Drop. It's cheaper. I think that's fine. Though I do think we have a lot of early game interaction. I think we've got a lot of flyers too. But I don't know that we need Might of the Ancestors. Alright, let's run the deck like this. Excuse you, game. Why do I have to remake the whole deck again? Nope, I only had one of those. And we're not using Unlucky Drop. Oh, Cartographer's Companion, because it makes a map token. Okay, that was weird. Alright, let's get into the games. If we just lose here, you know, that's... I still converted those free 20 play-in points I got into 500 gems, and that's how I've always looked at these events when I've done them. 3 Eternal 4L. It's probably just a weird spelling of Eternal. That was fine. Not the most exciting opening hand, but we have Iron Paw, we have Iceberg. I do feel like those 2 green cards, the green-white Kutzel and the thing that makes the map tokens, wouldn't be a horrible splash. Oh, cool. I also just don't feel that we need to do that. Okay, I'm sensing a Brackish Blunder, so I don't want to stick a counter on that or anything else. We'll just play the Iceberg. Just kind of play around Brackish Blunder. No! My Cloud Guard, and I drew another land. I don't want that. That's right, I forgot about this Descend trigger. You descend, you get to scry one at the end of your turn. Can we stop drawing lands? I would have loved to have drawn that Cloud Guard. But hey, we get to gain some more life here. Definitely not going to cycle the Sandwing because we have a million lands already. Also need to find an artifact to craft this thing with. Okay, exploring post-combat. Interesting. Brackish Blunder semi-hurts. But at the same time, well, no, Brackish, because I put my opponent on Brackish Blunder before. They blunder in response to this. I don't get this. So let's do this. Okay, it's a Cosmium Blast. It's fine. I'll do this post-combat, because now if there's Brackish Blunder, this will go to the graveyard and I'll get my Discover trigger. We're up against a fellow blue-white player. There's a Sunscribe. Deck, can we please stop drawing lands for the entire rest of the game? And this was the downside of playing like this, is if our opponent doesn't have Brackish Blunder, and has other interaction, we never got to attack with our 5/4. We'll come back in a little bit. I'm going to take 4 here. So 1,000 Moons Crack Shot. That's actually really annoying. Well, there's the Mural, which crafts with an artifact next turn if I want. I could just play the Sandwing right now. Also could be, well, this mana could be a counter spell of either. Okay, it's not. Let's get the 4/4. Yeah, so you're going to pay 3, you're going to tap my thing. We're going to go down to 9. So I could just play the Sandwing and pass. Or I could... Well, now I kind of don't want to play the Sandwing. This thing's still not going to do what I need it to do. I'd rather get this played before playing the Sandwing. So I'd have to craft with this. We'd get a Discover trigger. Alright, let's do it. Because this thing can't block and we're at 9 life. We're looking at a lot of damage here. So now I've got a lot of stuff that can block. And then next turn I can even play the Oaken Siren, activate this, get another 4/4, and then play our Soaring Sandwing, because we'll have 8 lands. So that'll be good. And I'm happy with whatever trades our opponent wants to make between their eaten by piranhas and, you know, this stuff trading. That's going to craft. Craft with the artifact. I guess he didn't have an artifact in the graveyard either. Gets a land. Alright. Doesn't want to trade anything on the ground there. Very well. I also need to keep in mind he's got that tap effect as well. And I want to trigger this turn after turn, so I want to play these. We're just going to attack here. Do I attack with both? I think the answer is yes. We'll attack with both. I do really just want this to trade. I'm sure he's going to do a piranha thing. No, the trades are good. I want his double striker gone. Perfect. I mean, it means that this Sandwing is probably going to eat the thing, but, you know, that's fine. We're going to gain 3 life. Can't stop that. And we just have a really wide board that we can start swinging back with, because we have 8 points of power on the board here. Yeah, that saw it coming. Explorers gets a land. And we have already won more than 500 gems. See? We don't need green. Even though those 2 green cards I have do have some synergy with what's going on in our deck, I just don't want to wreck our mana base for it. Now we win 1,000 gems. Now it's a free 1,000 gem bonus, and that's, again, just how I look at these events when I do them. Benito. Our opponent goes first. Is there any reason I would want to Cogwork Wrestler? I guess if they have a 1... I don't. So I'm going to play the Plains first. Oh, our opponent's playing green. Awesome. This doesn't really fit. Do I want to Sunscribe? I kind of want to Sunscribe. We can start scrying with it. As long as it doesn't die. That's the key. It has to not die. Plundering Pirate? Not a pirate, so that's not going to get haste. I do not think this is a great card. That said... Oh, Waterwinds can keep that. That's a good one. Oh, there's the Plundering Pirate. Okay. So... gonna have to be on guard here. Plundering Pirate incoming. Which will make a treasure and trigger the dowsing device. And even Cogwork Wrestler is not going to be able to... Something will still die. Unfortunately. If I go for the block, which if I don't, this is 8 damage. I do need to go for this. Take out the Vigilance guy. I'll probably just take out my flyer. Yeah. Fortunately, we have more flyers. Let's go attacking. Don't need that. Sunscribe over here paying dividends. I'm going to use the map token right away. We'll use it. Yeah, flyer's good. Target. Wrestler is not as good when our opponent knows about it, so I'm going to pitch it. It gives us an artifact to craft with, too. If we draw a Zoetic Glyph, I can just put it on our current Wrestler, and we'll still have the needle up, so Zoetic Glyph would be a fantastic draw right now. Dowsing Device is a scary card. Might not be as scary in a red-green deck, but if it's mostly artifacts splashing green for some bombs or whatever, that's a problem. You could crew that in response and give that the... I think that's what he's doing. I will trade my scout with the minecart if this is what's happening, because we can't just have this minecart making a billion treasures and activating dowsing devices all over the place. That I'm not gonna trade. Get in Courtyard, alright. I can get in for an extra 1 on the ground. No, I can't. I do need to be mindful of this. Well, if he activates the minecart, I can needle it. I don't hate that idea. And I think that's what he's actually planning on. That lets me get a scry as well. Let's do it. Because I need to scry when we keep getting... when we're flooding out here. We want to not flood out. That gets activated, and that gets tapped down. So we get in, and now this thing is not going to be making treasures and triggering the dowsing device. At least not for a couple of turns. I can also craft this next turn. That's a thing that can be done. But I think I'm more inclined to do the Hidden Courtyard. Okay, we also go to 9. There's no artifacts. Oh gosh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Adaptive Gem Guard is kind of nice here. So this, it'd be a 4/4. I think that's worth it. I'm going to attack in the air. I will get to scry. I'm completely fine trading that. That's a good one. I'm completely fine trading this off. And if it doesn't trade off, well, we're also going to be kind of good. Might be able to wrap this game up in the air. We do need to just make sure we don't get cheesed out by Trample and the Sunshot Militia. And the minecart. The minecart's going to be active again next turn. It's not easy for our opponent. He also has to be mindful of what all he attacks with, because I can attack back with the Gem Guard if that's left alive. And even if it's not left alive, these 3 are a lethal amount of damage. That's not good. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. Because we have to live this turn and next turn. Might be time to chump block with the Wrestler. We do have to make blocks here. I could That put me down to 4 if I ate this and chump blocked. Is 4 too low? Then I attack back with this, and he's got to block with the militia. But then he gets the 5-4 back. We can block that the following turn. We'll just be very careful. Maybe that wasn't right. I've taken 3 instead of 5. Because then this is not going to be able to block that. Another thing I could do is try and explore here. Because if I hit a non-land card on top, we just win the game. I think that's what we go for in this scenario. Of course, that means I can't cast the Cloud Guard. That's very risky. Very risky. We're gonna do it. Hey, we win the game. Plus our opponent has more interaction here. We got 6 damage coming through. Yeah, took a risk there and it paid off. Well, cool. Now we're getting a free boost of at least 1,500 gems. And we haven't lost a game yet. And now our opponent is Sirokumuma. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I go first. Well, we're not going to be playing our wrestler, so I don't even want to reveal that there's a stop. I got this thing. What does this thing even do? +1 for each creature that left the battlefield under my control this turn. Alright. Gain 2, scry 2. That might actually be good enough here. Stuff. You're gonna chomp my... Okay, sure. I'm a little more interested in playing the flash guy at the end step, so it can't get chomped again. Oh dear. What are we doing with this? Create a token that's a copy of another target creature or artifact you control, except it's an artifact, gains haste, and sacrifice it. Well, let's gain 2 and scry 2. Glyph. Oh, I love me a glyph. Do you want to trade? It's not even a trade, because I'll just wrestler here. Maybe I should... Alright. Do this. Alright, Cloud Guard is good. I do feel like this is about to become a problem, though. Yeah, this is going to become a problem. My turn. Hey, you're not the only one that can create problems. Here's 8 damage. Now we're going to trade the 3 1s, which is fine. Next turn we've got the Cloud Guard. Wrestler is still up. I don't know what it's gonna do. I am going to panic about that. Oh, hey, we have a mural. That's even better of a thing to do. Awesome. Wrestler is such a good guard. And so is this thing. Do I have artifacts in the graveyard? I do. So one more land and we can craft that. Oh my gosh, stop having insane cards, opponent. A 7/6 and that thing's gonna get copied? That's not okay. I could attack with this and see if we could hit like a Petrify. I don't like that plan. Let's do this. That is so gross. I could attack for 9 here, actually. That's not a joke of an attack. But this would just eat something. Takes 5. That's not good enough. Oh, there goes my... sack that. There goes my poor little... Oh, you're gonna take that? Of all things. Alright. Oh, that's... Okay, we're just dead now. Because this thing can just sack. And you can just keep doing that turn after turn if I don't get like a Petrify, which we did not. I guess... How many things do I need to tap to make this big enough to stop these things? I won't even matter because it can just sack and... Oh, that's so gross. Destroy each artifact with mana value X. So I guess maybe I do need to play the Gem Guard. Yeah, that enters tap, too. Well, nuts. Just gonna try and get a counter on this. Alright, that at least stops some of it, but it might be slightly too late. This combination of just bomb rares is not something we're gonna beat, most likely. Okay, Hotfoot Gnome's not the worst thing. This nonsense here, Dinotomata, yeah. Because now you can just sack your thing, kill my... I have to block here to not die. 7, 10, 11... No, we still die. That's right, trample. Yeah, we weren't going to beat that combination. We didn't get the needle soon enough. or Petrified to stop the to stop that Saheeli. When your opponent's just replicating a 7/6 Trampler that discovers 5 every single turn, not a ton you can do about that. This would work if these were islands. It's a hand we can't play anything, so we can't keep it. Alright, we just need to get a bit lucky here. I'll put that one away. If's 29. We only have 8 blue sources in the deck. Maybe our opponent can take some mulligans here. We press the buttons in the right order that, okay. And naturally we draw the other copy of the card we scry. I feel like this happens a lot in Arena. Whenever I scry a card or put a card on the bottom, whether it's with a scry or taking a mulligan, if there's another copy of it in the deck, I just immediately draw it. It seems to happen way more often than it should. Our opponent has their lands, so it's time for us to get ours. Wrong color. Our opponent might have some reanimation effect too. He is in black. Scryed 2 to the top. That's not something we ever want to see. Well, we have a game going now, though. I am going to see about making this a 2/2. Why did I even do that? Now I don't have a thing to put Zoetic Glyph on next turn. I have the throne now. Oh, Resplendent Angel. That's wonderful. Alright, what do I name here? Choose a creature type. Triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers an additional type. I guess we pick Gnome. Roaming Throne is a gnome. Maybe I should have pumped up the scout. I don't know. We'd still have the bat here. He'd still have his vampire thing that probably would have attacked us. Maybe not if he didn't want to lose the other thing he scryed. Well, this is officially really bad. He got the 6 lands, and he gets to do that. Zoetic Glyph so I could trade with it, or at least attempt to. That's the best I got. Just please don't kill my Siren. That I'm gonna have to let through. That also tells me he doesn't have removal, because otherwise he would just kill my Siren. and kept coming in with the Resplendent Angel. Which means our Cogwork Wrestler is bound to be really good next turn. That's also really good. Because I can pump that up past that, invoke. Does invoking a double block even... Invoking a double block doesn't even make sense. But it does make more sense on the throne. Oh, too bad that's not a gnome, that's a cat warrior. That's right, I get to double that. This is only at the end of his end step, right? Okay. Spring-loaded saw blades on my throat. Okay. It's not the worst thing ever. I mean, okay, so he had removal. It just can't ever target this vigilant thing. We've got our guide mural coming up, and we already have an artifact in here to craft with it now that our opponent killed that. Our opponent has some things he can craft with, too. Okay, here comes saw blades. That's fine. We have the guide mural on deck. Cloud Guard is also not bad. I may actually want to play the Cloud Guard. Because if this dies, he's not going to have 6 mana to do the Resplendent Angel thing. Alright, let's get the Guide Mural going, because this can also tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. That only lets you tap artifacts, though it can also crew with that. Maybe I should just play the Cloud Guard there. Oh, it doesn't matter, we're gumming up the ground anyways. I don't mind trading here either, because I'd only be trading one thing. I'm fine with that. Canonized in Blood, that I'm not fine with. Because now Resplendent Angel's gonna get bigger. Do I want to hold a land? I could actually even craft this, but then he's going to get another angel. I can't even craft that this... I don't want to hold a land. I don't want to get snailed out, and another untapped land we can craft this. Just normally. You know, I have answers in the deck for Resplendent Angel. It'd be very convenient if I could draw them. I can't even realistically attack here. I guess I just play the Soaring Sandwing. Reason I can't attack this just gets +2/+2 in lifelink and just eats our vigilant thing. Okay, good. No more extra bonus counters. Mycoid is fine. It'll give fuel for the Vanguard, but that's fine. I can live with that. I can also attack again with the Siren. Gee, I wonder what I should sacrifice. That's not much of a question there. Well, I could, in theory, attack again with this. It's not the best idea with that 4/3 there. So let's do this. Get ourselves a map. Explore here. Alright, well, he knows about the land. I mean, this is a free attack, but it just doesn't do anything. So I guess we don't attack again. Now that Tithing Blade is going to flip, but you need to gain 5 or more life in a turn for that. I do have to worry about the drain. Alright, well that's a card for next turn. I guess we craft with our mural. I mean, it's the same as last turn. I could attack here. Need double block. Or just block and bounce. It's not good. And he's got 1 billion mana to hold up 6 here. So we just need to find an answer for the Angel. We have Reliquary, Duskrose Reliquary. We have answers. That's not it. Let's discover. Perfect. There's what we needed. Darn you! But we do have some attacks available now. Oh, I should not be attacking with 5/4. Because that's just going to trade off there. Yeah. That might have been a mistake. He's just taking 3. Alright, well, we get to discover 3 again. Well, plus 1 for each creature. That would be, what, 1, 2? Could exile his graveyard. Scry 2, draw 2. Do I want a 5/3? I don't think a 5/3 on the ground is going to be good enough. Let's scry and draw. Ah, there's Duskrose Reliquary. We're good. We're good. Can't activate that because Artifact did not enter. We will sacrifice this thing. There's the Reliquary Angel. But it's going to be gone and all the flyers are just going to be able to get in. Sack this. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, yeah, he saw it. Whew. That Resplendent Angel was in play for so long. Good thing he only got one token off of it ever. But still, yeah, you really got to work for your wins here. But yeah, regardless of what happens at this point, this is just a massive success. Since all these gems are just freebies that I'm converting from the play-in points. Which is going to help make up for some of these bad Ixalan drafts we've been having. Mainly revolving around the color green. We're up against Pillow Swine. We have a keepable hand because this can get us a plains. So we're going to keep the keepable hand. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slow being on the draw. We won't even have this on turn 2. But I guess it's okay, because on turn 3 we'll have this and this, which can be a nice combination. There's also a chance we could just draw the... We also may have tipped our opponent off to that. I'm more interested in guaranteeing our land, and I don't want to play something and let him use his mana to remove it. Yeah, this is going to go perfect. We're going to plane cycle this. Grab me a very cool looking plains. Our opponent has cool looking lands too. We get our 2-drop going. Please attack me. No, I don't want you to play that. Oh, now he's going to attack. Alright, what are you choosing? Are you choosing I can't block? Can't block. That's really unfortunate. What is my next turn looking like? Cosmium... I need to blast that. And I could still have the Rustler. Okay. Land is good. Okay, my creatures are not going to be able to block. So maybe I just put... Let's put the Oaken Siren out here. We have to blast that Breaches. Otherwise we will just end up losing. We might still end up losing because there's going to be 2 pirates attacking here. Although only 1 creature won't be able to... I was going to say, it'd be a great turn to do Wrestler and that, but it's not going to happen. And you're making treasures. Okay, no more of this. We're taking 5. Alright, are we stabilized yet? No, we're not. This needs to not be happening. And I can play the Iceberg here. I guess in theory I should have done that first, but I needed to do that thing anyways. Do I go scrying? I would love to. I could go for the scry here. Deconstruction Hammer. I don't think we need that. I mean, we haven't needed it yet. There's the white source for him. Iron Paw Aspirant. Now I'm not going to be able to kill whatever he pumps with that. Yeah, I still needed the... Whatever. It's fine. He knows we have Cogwork Wrestler. Yeah, it's not a mystery. I could... I don't even have an artifact in the graveyard. I don't really want to take 3 here and go down to 9. That's a little risky. But our next turn we're not doing a whole lot either. Cloud Guard is nice. That puts 2 bodies out there. Actually, I could name Gnome and get the double Gnome trigger, or I could get a double Cloud Guard trigger. I think either of those would be good. Now I don't think we can attack, though. Our opponent wanted another plane. Ah, yes. That makes sense. Okay. We have a Dusk Rose Reliquary. Or I have the Cloud Guard. A Cloud Guard here. Cloud Guard is fine while the board is semi-stalled. Perfect. I can sack it to the thing. I will be playing the wrestler here. Shouldn't I have been attacking with this thing all along? Well, that's a little bit silly of me. But anyways, I'm gonna sack this creature. And just get rid of this. Attack here. I can craft this. I don't have artifacts in the graveyard, but a 6/6 is better than a 1/1. So there's that. And now we've got the game somewhat stabilized. I'm going to block here with the throne. Am I going to block with the throne? I'll block with the 6/6. He's just scrying for... yeah. My thing is going to untap. I'm going to scry. I'm going to make a 4/4. Wrestler... that's probably good enough. I got 2 scries. Why do I get... oh, because my gnome is... okay. I'm fine with that trade. This game is basically over. Yeah. Our opponent saw it there. Alright, let's get into the next game. I do like our deck. There's a few things I would tweak about it or wish it was different if we had this in a draft. But overall, just a very solid... I gotta keep. And I can't really play much of this stuff immediately, but I don't have a good reason to mulligan this hand. Poison dart frog. I don't even want to needle that. I very well could. Let's just be mana efficient here. River Herald Guide. Okay, so he's looking for land. That's very much not a land. He's also playing green. So in theory... no, he's got... Okay, he's got a lot of stuff. Alrighty, alrighty. Okay, the question is, what do I want to trade for the... for this? Because something's going to trade with it. Could just be the map token, and then I can Kutzel's Flanker. I don't really want to trade the Cloud Guard for that. It could also just get in for a turn, too. Reliquary is too good. But Reliquary and Flanker in the same turn doesn't seem awful. Alright, let's do that. Sack the map token. Take that out. And we're just going to pass. Because then we'll get to scry as well. I guess tapping that thing just doesn't do anything. This is all sorts of bad. Fifth land doesn't do much for us now, but Wrestler will help. Let's keep it. Let's keep it. Let's try and make this all work. Somehow. Do I Cloud Guard here? I'm getting attacked for 6 next turn. Oh, and then there's the Walk with Ancestors. I don't think we're going to beat this deck. At least not like this. I'm going to have to go attacking. I'm just going to lock this down. And we'll start trying to kill the 3/3 tokens. Alright, I know I've been making fun of green, but this is a bomb ramp. The reason this card is what makes the green decks playable is because of you get 3 bodies with one thing, and if this can't get answered right away, it will take over the game. Great, a brawler. I don't have a good craft target right now. Let's just do this. I suppose I didn't need the land to play the Wrestler. Nope, I need the land to play the... No, he's gonna kill the Cloud Guard. It's highly unfortunate. That's not better. Oh yeah, everything gets haste. That's just wonderful. Alright, so what are we killing here? I mean, if I kill this, it's just... It's got trample anyways. I can kill this. It only kills our one thing. Yeah, we're like very much dead here. Because next turn he's got the discover thing. This is not good enough. Warden of the Inner Sky, that's good, but it's a little bit slow. I have to tap 3 things to put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's too slow. Oh! I just did not think our opponent could activate that. Forgot that thing can tap and still activate itself. Stupid nightmare frogs. Well, this isn't a game that we were going to be winning anyways. Oh, sure, why not? Oh, that thing has haste too. So... And that thing has... Yeah, okay, you got it. Yeah, we weren't going to be winning this game anyways. Just, but that's how you just get wins in this format in general. Just having lots of things that make lots of value, giving you multiple cards worth of value. In this case, you know, the one card was 3 cards of value. But hey, this is a phenomenal result for me. I consider it just a complete win because this is just complete bonus that I got to even participate in this event, doing it for free with the play-in points. And I thought, you know, what the heck, if I'm going to do this, I may as well record it. Also gives me a little bit to talk about Sealed and complain about this being a phantom event. Though, it's not like we opened a lot of really good, awesome cards. It'd be nice to have them in my collection, but alas, I do not. Deck was just a very solid blue-white sort of deck. It could have used a couple more boosts. Maybe I should have played the... Well, Unlucky Drop wouldn't have saved... Nothing would have saved us from that blue-white rare. Not blue-white. The green-red rare our opponent had. Because even if I Cosmium Blast it, he just returns it again the next turn with his Awaken the... I think maybe Awaken the Ancestor. Maybe I need to not undervalue that card if I'm playing green. Not that I should be playing green again. Anywho, we're going to claim our prize of a free 4,500 gems. Very nice boost. Yeah, that makes up for all the losses I had in the draft so far. And for now, I'll take my leave.